What is up, ladies and gentlemen, YouTube? That's right, I'm Chris Smith. Today I'm going to be talking about Vinyl, Season 1, Episode 2. To say the end, don't be an asshole or a dick and actually watch the whole video. So here's the base plot of this thing. Richie's kind of like saying fuck it to the plan of selling his company, and therefore he's kind of giving everybody a bit, like 2 weeks to actually find some new talent. That's the basic thing of this episode, right? So some things that I really did enjoy. None of those episodes was actually pretty good because we get to learn a bit more about some characters, and that's good because you need to actually care about these people in order to keep going forward. So some good things is that I really did enjoy Richie's kind of like cocaine binge, acting like Bruce Lee, fighting people. You know, I thought that was actually really hysterical. And, you know, obviously you don't have to be on cocaine to want to act like Bruce Lee. Everyone wants to be like Bruce Lee. But I thought that was a nice callback to, the 70s and whatnot. Obviously he's watching Enter the Dragon, so I thought that was cool. His scenes with Max Kessler, you know, the short guy, whatever, his like right hand or whatever it is. I thought those was hysterical. They have really good chemistry, and they work very well together, and that came across very well on screen. Though Matt Kessler was probably the best part of this entire episode because he was hysterical. And if you didn't know, he's the voice that plays Daxter from Jak and Daxter. Look it up, but there it is. Yeah, he's the voice. Some other good things was the flashbacks. Some of the flashbacks were actually pretty good because we actually get to learn how Richie and like Devin kind of met. And granted, she's kind of flashbacking this to herself, right? She's thinking about these moments. So you kind of see that she's kind of wondering, you know, was the relationship always kind of just built on like drugs and sex and I guess alcohol a little bit, or was there actually something there? Because I'm wondering while watching these flashbacks is like, when did their relationship kind of go to shit? Because was it when they kind of both got sober, and then by the time they realized that they really weren't, you know, liking each other, they had a baby, so they had to kind of stick with each other. But who knows? It should be a very interesting. But I thought the flashbacks was actually pretty good. They got to play Andy Warhol. I thought he was also very good. You know, he kept it more grounded compared to like somebody like Bill Hader and like Men in Black 3 or whatever. But I thought he actually played very good. They actually, I think they played a Lou Reed song in this episode. I thought that was actually pretty good. The guy that played him seemed like he embodied Lou Reed, and rest in peace, Lou Reed, right? Some other good things were particularly, or some things just in general, was that we actually get to see some other characters like side stories, like the Ray Romano and his his wife or whatever. Now, granted, it's not a big thing important, but look, he may be a junkie. He's taking pills, some pills, I forgot what it was. And we see his birthday party for his daughter, right? So we can see a little bit of his life. So that's good because we get to learn a little bit more about him. So other things that are kind of like negatives is that Devin does kind of leave her kids, and I thought that was a little bit awkward and weird, to the point where it just kind of like happened so awkwardly. It was like, if she was going to like daydream and she was about to crash the car, maybe that would have made more sense. But, you know, her just like daydreaming, she forgets the kids, that seems a little bit unlikely to me personally. And, you know, people thought Richie's bad on cocaine. This chick is sober and she fucked up. But I thought that was weird and whatever. But hey, a couple of things is when Jamie is trying to get ahead of the game, right? She's trying to tell Richie, how do I get ahead of the game? She said, hey, you know, suck, what? You know? But he said, you know, go to Julie and, you know, she'll teach you how to manage the nasty bits. And that's kind of where I'm just like, well, what does Julie have to do with any of this? She's a secretary. Is she important that we don't know? Richie does kind of come off a little bit as an ass, but he's an ass that does kind of come out about it, right? Because like when he's kind of, you know, fucks up the deal, right? You know, his buddies were kind of depending on this, so it kind of made him be like, all right, did you even think about how everybody else would react to this? Whatever. When he talks about kind of like how, you know, music's supposed to make the hair stand up on the back of your head and you want to call a radio station, I was just like, you know what, you don't really get that much anymore for any of these type of music. So I feel like this show's almost kind of make you want to feel, fall back in love with like old school music or whatever, but I guess that's the whole point. But the most interesting thing that kind of really came in this episode was pretty much the Lester storyline. I'm actually interested in that probably more than anything else, but unfortunately that's kind of where it ends. You know, like Richie goes to his house and he says, Lester, we need to talk or whatever, and then that's kind of where it ends. Now I'm interested to see really the next episode, because that's the storyline I'm the most interested in, see how Richie kind of fucked them over. But yeah, you know, that was my review. I thought it was actually a pretty good episode, a little bit more better than the first because the pacing was more better since it wasn't 2 hours. But that's my review. Comment, subscribe, and like if you actually enjoyed this review. And I'm signing out.